Because taking a cold shower can make a huge difference to your nervous system. Can you take a walk? Can you look at a tree? Are there online groups that you could join where you could have useful conversations with people? I mean, there's a lot of stuff people can do.
So somebody will say, it won't work for me.
Then I'd say, who's saying that? Which part of you believes that it won't work for you? And yeah, I'm sure that you've had lots of disappointment, but which part of you is convinced? Well, the part that is convinced that it won't work for you is the part that was hurt so badly in childhood that you saw no way out. And you're still seeing it through the eyes of that child. I think chronic regret is debilitating. It's a lack of self-forgiveness. It's also kind of egotism. It's quite something to recognize. I do recognize that some of the way I parented my kids, the way I showed up, I've often talked about this on your program too, wasn't the best for them, but it was the best I could do at the time. So it's not the question of justifying anything, but it's also not dwelling on the past. Mm-hmm. Regret is to dwell on the past. And what's the point? It's quite something to recognize that I did things that, had I known differently, I would not have done the same way. That's just learning. Regret is an emotional state that values the past more than the present. And it accuses yourself of doing things for which you had no consciousness to do otherwise. So that's where I stand with regret. Yeah. That the capacity to be empathetic and to recognize the grief and to hold the grief does not obviate the capacity to be happy. One is not disloyal to the suffering in the world by allowing myself to be happy. So there's no necessary contradiction. Yeah. And I've seen people on death row who, if they win their appeal, the best thing they can hope for is life in jail life in prison without parole, but they're happy. And how do they become happy? Meditation, working through their traumas, having remorse for what they did, connecting with other people, and just connecting with the present moment.